This tutorial is very simple, but it might open your mind about several ways to enhance your bubble with features it might be lacking. I'm a total noob in JavaScript. I know absolutely nothing. I can't code a single line of JavaScript, but I can search Google. So, for example, this is a basic news feed I could have on a social network, for example. So I click the comments. First problem, this is a little, this feature bubble has natively, but I forgot to, when I go to the comment section, I just wanted to scroll to the, to the post itself, right? So this can be done on bubble. But for when we go back, it can save the position back. So you say, oh well, I could just save the position, but when you go here in this arrow, the workflow, if I try to scroll to the position I was before, even as I will set the element to the page itself, that in this case is the index page, but the offset, we can have a dynamic value here. So that's a problem. So for example, this is another app I already made it. So for example, I scroll to the top, and when we press to go back, it started the position. So how did I do that? First thing, we will go scroll page JavaScript. So very simple. This is a very good, very reference to website. It's debut 3 schools. So it always has some examples. So you can try it yourself. Always it gives a little mini tutorial or help. So this is the this is a HTML code. HTML is not a programming language, but anyway, if you just save to bring this code on Bubble, you could just drag a HTML here on the page. Oops, pardon. What? Inside the page, you could bring this like this, right? But in this case, you have if you click this button, it will work. Okay. But in this case, we can't control the exactly if we use default HTML button like this, we can't complete using it with Bubble. So we're gonna just try bring in the script that we can use this to run a JavaScript script inside our browser. So let's forget about this for now, and we will install this plugin right here that's called Toolbox. Toolbox is a plugin that has like 200,000 downloads. It's very useful, and you can run JavaScript with a workflow. So you can trigger a button to run a JavaScript code. So okay, so let's go to our code. So let's go to our feed. So when I click my button for, we will hide the feed, show the page for comments, and I will bring in the comments for this specific post, right? Also, I want to scroll. This is when I bring the page back up to the post, because the newsfeed I will scrolling down. But when I want to show, this is like, Facebook is not like this, but rather is like it just brings another page just for the comments and the post. So anyway, we will we will scroll to the comments. We can set an offset, a negative offset, because I know my header is like has about 60 pixels, something like that. This header right here, I want to have a little offset. So, and the main thing when we go back, so we'll have also to start this position, the position I was in before. So for that, we're gonna do a custom state. We will create a new custom state. I usually myself start the custom states inside the page itself. On the main page, you can click the empty background and in this icon to create a new custom state. So this will be the scrolling position. It's a number. Default will be 0, and when we go to the comments, we will save that position, right? Index, scrolling position, and we're gonna bring the current page scrolling position. Okay, so this is the actual vertical scrolling we've done. Very important, you have to set this state before scrolling back up, right? So this has to be before scrolling back up. So this is for starting remembering the place we were before. Okay, so from here the comments, we will go to our comment page, and this icon, that's an arrow to go back. Now we will use them. So here was our first original problem, right? I don't have dynamic input, I can't bring information here. So we will use our plugin, that's run JavaScript, and we will use just this tiny bit of code, that's this right here. If you don't understand this, just go to this page, just search, you will find it. You can just try here to make sense of how it works. So for example, this code right here, we can see that on click of the bottom, it first, this is the HTML code for this button. This is the text inside, like for example, so we'll change the button. When I click on this, I will activate this script. If it doesn't work, just try a little bit, and you will find out that it's very easy to work with. So this is a X and Y graph, so this is for scrolling to the horizontally. We just want to scroll vertically in this case, right? For example, if I run again, I will, let's try a little bit more. I think I might have broken this little file. So here I want a bigger value, for example this. Well, anyway, I know this will work in Bubble. Also, a very fun thing to do is to check this page. This is all the functions you have inside JavaScript you can run inside Bubble too. You can also even do a plugin for this. For example, all the plugins you have inside Bubble are just this little function. Okay, for example, you try to print, it is a native feature of the browser to print a window. Okay, so you have a, for example, full screen. You call how to go full screen JavaScript, and you will see that we will probably find again the same So you can use this to make a full screen, for example, bring something full screen. Have in mind and be mindful about the compatibilities with different browsers, right? So you probably have to check it on Safari, on Chrome, on Brave browser, and Mozilla Firefox. Internet Explorer, no, because it's a joke. So what else? Let's go back here. Here 0, and here we start off 0. Now we can bring back our custom states, where we start our scrolling position. So let's try it. I think I messed up some because of the HTML. Sorry about this. The HTML here is not appearing, but it still interferes on the responsiveness. So pay attention here to the scrolling position. So it scrolls back to the top, and now it should scroll back again to our position. I have no clue why it's not working right now. Let's see with the example I did before. A little research on the spot is good too. Problem solving. So here I use the Windows scroll too, and here what? 0. Oh, it's because of the brackets, braces. I don't know how it's called. Because of the way this plugin is already made, we don't need. It's already inside the braces, I think. Braces or whatever it's called. So let's try again. So, or what's the name of the plant? Still not working. What's the name of this plant? I don't know. I forgot. Index. Hi. Sorry, I was referring to another index. It's scroll position. I think I should disable this probably, right? Okay, so when I go to the comments where it is, we're starting here, current page. Also, a cool thing we can do is bring an input here just to see. We don't need actually, but it's good to visually see what's happening. So here in this input we will bring in the scrolling position to know what's happening. So let's try again. So when I go to the comments, we are starting okay. And now, step by step, we'll hide the comments, show feed, and run the JavaScript. So run next, hide the comments, show feed, show the feed, and run the JavaScript to go back. Okay, let's try again. So this magnificent succulent, I want to go back to it. Okay, this funny little fella. Always a little troubleshooting, right? So yeah, obviously if you will want to bring in very complex JavaScript code, you will have to know a little bit, but it's very fun to start with something simple and start learning. So if you have any questions, please subscribe, ask, comment. I'm saying subscribe because I already do videos in Portuguese and Spanish, so if you don't like this video at all, I know you will just keep to the Portuguese and the Spanish, okay? Thank you, bye.